Hi, everybody. Dr. Coach Kelly here. I want to answer a common question that I get all the time, and really the answer to why I have a job as a physical therapist. Because most of the injuries that I see are what we call overuse injuries. And another way to say overuse injury is underprepared injury, especially in my pickleball population. Here's what I see people who take a lesson or they go to a clinic and they're like, this is a great game. When can I play again? Oh, tomorrow? Great, let's play tomorrow. And they play tomorrow and they're like, yeah, okay, my body's adjusting to this and we played for 2 hours and I'm okay. What are you guys doing Wednesday? Oh, let's play again Wednesday. And we go from not having moved a whole heck of a lot to now 20 hours of activity on our body that week. And then we say, yeah, I'm a little sore. I'll take some Advil. And then we do 20 hours the next week too. And then we either feel fine and we keep going and we increase the volume, or we don't feel fine, so we take a break and then we go back, and then my elbow hurts. And why does my elbow hurt? Oh, it's probably because I'm holding my paddle funny. Let me change my grip. Let me get a new paddle. Let me do this. Let me do that. Let me not address the whole elephant in the room, which is you did too much too soon on it. You did too much too soon. So much of what I see in this very office has to do with the volume of work or lack of volume of work that they ask their bodies to do on a daily basis. I'm going to say that again because it's really the reason that I have a job. A lot of what I do is because of the volume or lack of volume that folks put on their bodies on a daily basis. A good example of that is I get folks who work at desks. They work at desks and they don't get up and move for literally hours at a time. And then they go to get up and they're like, hey, my knee hurts when I stand up. No kidding, your knee hurts when you stand up. You just sat for 3.5 hours. We are not designed to sit for 3.5 hours. We are designed to move. I say it all the time. If we were meant to sit for 8 hours a day, we would look like chairs. We don't look like chairs. We look like people. We have to move and we have to bend. We have to chase stuff. We have to jump. We have to pull and we have to push. Sorry, I get on a big soapbox about this, but it's important because I know a lot of folks want to do the right thing, but they're not sure how to do the right thing. A really good rule of thumb that can go for any activity that you're doing. I don't care if you play pickleball or basketball or ski or snowshoe, whatever the heck you want to be doing. A really good place to start is like the equivalent of 60 to 100 minutes a week without more than maybe 15 minutes in a day. If you are starting from absolutely block zero. Then from there you increase by 10% every week. Really simple. So if you did, we'll keep the math really simple because that's not my strong suit. If you did 100 minutes last week, you get to do 110 minutes the next week. And then whatever 10% of 110 is, which is 11, you get to do 121 minutes the next week. And then whatever 10% of 121 is, it's 12.1. You get to do 132 minutes the next week. And you gradually build yourself up to the volume that you want to do. And I coach high school girls soccer, and the workout plan that I give them for the summer is the first week. I forget the exact mileage. I think I want them to run maybe 12 miles total. And they can't run more than 2 miles in a day. And the reason that I do it that way is because then it gives them adequate rest. And they're not looking at Saturday going, shoot, I was supposed to run 12 miles this week. Let me go run 12, right? Because that's going to hurt their bodies too. We have to adequately load and then adequately rest our bodies. And along that line, the things we can do to facilitate an easy recovery, right, and to make sure that we're doing the right things is we got to sleep adequately. We got to eat good food. We have to hydrate adequately. And we got to manage our stress. Cortisol, our stress hormone, I don't think it's talked about enough, especially in healthcare. It causes inflammation. It puts us in a state of that fight or flight that does what it's supposed to do. But if we're so stressed that it's chronic, our body then stays in this state of chronic inflammation. And when your body's in a state of chronic inflammation, it can't go repair itself. It's got other fish to fry. It's got other stuff to worry about, right? So those 4 areas, sleep, stress, eating, drinking, are probably the most important thing to recovery. And I don't think they're talked enough about as healthcare providers at all. I didn't start talking about it with my patients till maybe a year ago, maybe 18 months ago, when I realized myself how important it is. So do yourself a favor. I like to say an ounce of prevention is worth a ton of treatment. Do yourself a favor. If you're starting from 0, slowly work your way up to this, to the whatever volume you want to be doing. Allow yourself to eat, drink, sleep, and find a way to manage your stress, because your body is incredible, absolutely incredible, total miracle of a being, for us to even be alive. It's incredible at healing itself. You have to let it. You have to listen to it, and you have to let it. The whole reason for this video is I have a patient right now who's recovering from a knee surgery, and we have him on a little recumbent bike. He actually brought it in. He's got, it's really cool. It's just pedals, super, super simple. We don't need anything complicated for him. And he said, hey, a friend of mine lent me this. What do you think? I said, absolutely, yes, you should use that. Here's the deal. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night today. Tomorrow, 5 minutes in the morning, 6 minutes at night. And his is different because we're working on a post-surgery recovery. But the whole point is I want him to ease into it. I don't want him to do 30 minutes today, wake up tomorrow and go, oh my God, what did I do to this thing? Right? Because then he's never going to want to do it again. We have to ease into it. And it's better to do a little bit, a lot of times, than it is to set aside 3 hours and only move in those 3 hours. We should be moving a lot during our day. And that's how we're going to set this patient up for success, is by having him do little bits a bunch of times during the day, so that, yeah, at the end of the day, he's done. I gave him the exact parameters. Said, we're going to do 10 minutes today, no more than 5 minutes at a time. Next week, we're going to do 20 minutes a day, but we're not going to do more than probably like 8 minutes at a time. The next week, we're going to be doing 30 minutes a day, but not more than 10 minutes at a time. In 2 or 3 weeks, when his range of motion is good, I'm going to say, go ahead, go nuts. You want to hang out on that thing? It feels great after you move on that thing. Go ahead. His body's going to be used to it at that point, and he's going to love it. He's going to love it. But it would be the absolute opposite if I said, yeah, do it for an hour today. And then he woke up tomorrow and was sore as anything because he hasn't moved like that. And he hasn't moved like that in that volume in months, right? Because he wasn't doing that necessarily before the surgery. So anywho, that's it. I appreciate you. Thank you for spending some time and your attention with me today. Keep moving and keep getting better every day.